The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Logan. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a handoff looking right, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Set! Blue landing! Blue landing!
On 1st down, Herman breaks through the contact. That's caught by Montgomery. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Off the play fake, Herman. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Ryan. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Gone! Set! 3-19!
They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, Get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Ryan. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. And 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Flush to his right. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And on the ground they go with the running back. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll start the drive with Elliott.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
They'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. The 30, the 20, 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. And
he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down,
I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
11, 12.
Now Ryan on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Ryan. He may try to run for this. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Ryan. Montgomery a first down and then some. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To him right up the gut. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Ryan. Throw here's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They're going to look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gone! All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure brought in. Falcons get there for the sack. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
All right, here we go.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. And he's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
14 seconds, all that's left of this 1st half as they come up on 1st down. Ryan. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A first down carry by Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Gone, 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 gone. All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. After the interception, here's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Cowboys have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back to throw. Got it open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Over!
10th carry now for Elliott. Space to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. 319. 319.
Now Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone. But, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there. So no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
To throw is Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Melvin Ingram in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
Now let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And now running right through it. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back now in Arlington. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Ryan now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep him from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave him, and it was successful.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. Able to get away. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Falcons on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
22. Go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Back to throw. That is caught at the 7. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Ryan to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Spinning away. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Here's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And they'll go on the ground. Nifty move. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now the spin. And a nice spin into some open field. 20, 10, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little